Good evening, parents, and welcome to the fifth year Parents Information Meeting for 2020. My name is Miss Flynn and I'm the fifth year Moltoir, and I'll be speaking to you about certain key issues for fifth years this year and next. We've started the year very positively, building on the success that the students experienced here in the school at junior cycle. Obviously, with every start of the year, there are certain issues, and I just wanted to highlight some of them with you this evening. Number one is the pace at senior cycle is quite different for students than at junior cycle. So there's a period of adjustment for them, particularly this year after the lockdown. Students are also in new class groups and getting to know other students that have came into our year group from transition year, while some of their friends may have opted to do transition year and they find themselves in fifth year. So that's part of our settling in period. With homework, study and personal time, it's really important that students work on finding a balance so that they're not only completing their homework but also studying on a regular basis and then finding time to do some exercise or some of their other commitments outside of school. This year, the students have had to become familiar with some of the procedures in school due to the pandemic, and we're going to discuss them now. So some of the procedures that we have in place to protect the students and ensure the health and safety of the school community is hand sanitizing stations at the entrance of each room, the cleaning down of the desks at the break of classes, the wearing of masks inside and also outside the building when not eating. Students are assigned set seats for all classes, and at lunchtime and break time in their base rooms, they must sit in their assigned class. This is part of our contact tracing system, so they're assigned their desk in their base room. The fifth years do not travel around the building but are contained for the most part in the fifth year zone, and they have staggered breaks, so which means the fifth years are only together at break time in their designated area outside the front of the school at break and lunch. There's also a fifth year entrance and exit the students must use to ensure that we don't have different students from different year groups meeting. And when students need to go to the bathroom, they're assigned by the teacher on duty so that we can also follow up in terms of contact tracing. And we have maximum numbers on each of the bathroom doors so students understand the capacity of one student per bathroom. The deal-in is a hugely important part of what we do here in Ratholt College and supports our school ethos and school motto of Mulla Nóiga. It's an essential part of my communication with you as parents and the communication between parents and staff members. It strengthens our homeschool links. So can I ask you to check the deal-in on a daily basis and use it please to record any absence notes, early excuse notes, and also to ensure all the policies and contracts are signed. On tutorial class on a Wednesday weekly, we look at the students' progress in school, and we expect all the notes to be signed, just an initial beside each good or bad note. And that's really important for us to track students' progress and their behaviour. So if you have any concerns when you're monitoring the deal-in, please get in touch with us at the school. Attendance and punctuality is an essential part of school life. Students should arrive for 8:20 in the morning. They're room-based for registration, so that gives them an opportunity to organise themselves for the day and set them up for a good day in school. As you know, attendance is linked closely to academic success, so we ask that students attend when they're well enough to do so. Also, this year we have use of Microsoft Teams where teachers are posting work for classes. So if a student is absent, they have the responsibility to take ownership of their learning and to catch up on any work posted on Teams. To support your students' attendance and punctuality. Can you please encourage them to come to school every day on time, organise appointments outside of school, no holidays during term time, and inform us if you know of any planned absence. If a student is absent on a particular day, we ask you to ring into the school and inform us of that. And then on their return to school, they should have their blue absence note filled in, please. What we will do, well, our main focus in school is teaching and learning, and our goal is for your son or daughter to achieve to their fullest potential this year and next year in the Leaving Cert. We have a very strong pastoral care system in the school, and we work with your son or daughter to ensure that they remain happy, comfortable and confident in school. If you have any concerns with regard pastoral care, please contact our Cuavenor. We also have an excellent guidance team that work with students, and each fifth year class has an assigned guidance class per week. Communication, we've spoken already about the dealing, but we will also communicate to you in text form or with use of our school website. As always, the school has a holistic approach to the students' experience in school. So this year, without extracurricular, we're a little more curtailed on developing the other aspects, but in registration, we're working with students on a number of topics. The class-based learning, of course. We are continuing our award ceremonies in a virtual capacity. We have weekly focus during tutorial class. They have their PE class and also weekly guidance class. We are working with students on goal setting, and we'll ask you to support this work at home. For the students to do well, they need something to aim for in terms of their goals. So we have the SMART approach. The goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time limited. And this starts today. So students thinking about their focus and also managing their distractions, part of their focus when doing their homework and study. I'd just like to draw your attention to the Leaving Cert grading system, and we're dealing with this in careers class with students and already talking to them about their point system and about how the CAO point system works for third level entry. And we ask them to set goals at the end of each assessment period, so that students are thinking about how they can work towards improving their results and set measurable and attainable goals for their next round of assessments. So this academic tracking is done in the dealing. If you can look with your son or daughter on pages 169 to 188, there's a comprehensive section on goal setting, academic tracking, which we'll ask you to review with your son or daughter at home. Finally, we believe here, and this quote really sums it up, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow begins and belongs to those who prepare for it today. So we ask you to ensure that you work with us in the school to continue supporting the excellent work that your sons and daughters are doing, those brilliant behavioural qualities that they're showing in school, and working with them to ensure they're really reaching their potential. I know that many of you would have on an ordinary evening many questions to ask, and had an opportunity to speak with me over things that are concerning you. Can you please email me any queries or questions you might have, or contact me on the school phone line at 5th Year Moltoir, and I'd be only happy to address any concerns or to answer any questions you may have. Thank you so much for your time.